twin, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Word inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundry mat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Tryna run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it all. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm #1 up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it all. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it all. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it all. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip this, wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it all.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Thursday to all. Let me see, everything is working here, looks all good. And let's see what we have in store today. FOMC yesterday, obviously some heavy movement overnight as that news started to come out. I will break it down for all of you. And yeah, let's go on the calendar and see what we have for today. Go here to see any recent news with the Bank of Japan. What's this? Interesting. Let's have a look at the juice here. Because we had the Bank of Japan today, so they just talked about keeping things the same, so we didn't really see too much of a heavy movement on the Japanese yen. But let's go ahead and see what we got going on for today in terms of the calendar. We have JPY, which we finished. A little bit of unemployment claims later on, and pretty much clean. We have preliminary, I can't even speak to this morning, preliminary CPI data coming out. Financial juice sometimes, oops, wrong website. Financial juice sometimes is going to show what time we have that data coming out. German unemployment, 11:55, okay. Keep that in mind. So yeah, 11:55, that's it. Bank of Japan press conference 10:30. Damn. It doesn't matter these days though. We're not really trading GJ too much, but that's mid-session for everyone trading Japanese yen. Do keep an eye on that, huh? And then we get here's the preliminary. Okay, it's not till New York, okay, but 4 o'clock at New York, so keep an eye on that, as that's coming out at 4 o'clock, which is New York open time. So right when New York opens, basically. So looking at the charts here, starting off with gold. So we had a move down here because of dollar strength. They basically said that, look, labor market's doing okay. The economy is a bit uncertain. The reason they said the economy is uncertain is because of this tariffs and how it's gonna, affect long-term the economy here. Now, Powell wants to go ahead with a 0.25 rate decrease before the end of the year to finish off and help the economy a little bit more. But holding rates higher, inflation staying higher is stronger for dollar, because higher inflation means less interest rate cuts. So we saw some dollar strength come in. We saw stock market dump. We saw gold dump. Gold is recovering most of its dump that it had here. From market open, we have opened up on a bounce here. And let's go ahead and do the analysis from daily. So daily time frame, come back down to daily support. So for London session, we have tapped overnight the daily support. Continuation is going to be tough because we have tapped our target here. 4-hour time frame creating a support now. We might want to make another lower high. It is definitely possible, but we have tapped higher time frame supports here. So to say that this thing is going to continue to dump straight is going to be hard. Yes, it can retrace, but to say it's just going to be a free fall is not really going to be in the question yet. Now, we are mixed session buyers today. Looking at 1-hour time frame, we do have this resistance right above the previous daily support. See how that develops on a 15-minute. It is the same resistance there, so we can mark that like that. See if this previous daily support still relevant. No, it is the same zone as that 1 hour. Yeah. So we're going to move this down to here. This is our 15-minute resistance we're working on right now. We're trying to break out of it right now as we speak. See how the 30-minute looks. Yeah, 5 minutes for this close here. Oops, that's the 2-hour. 1 hour could close above, give us a move back towards this 15. Yeah, it could be a breakout trade, but breakout trades have been very difficult on price recently, right? We have seen the lack of breakout trades continuation. Pre-session, every breakout trade not been doing well here. Let's look at this. Starting from this session here. Breakout trade, candle broke the high, triggering you in, boom, rejected it, moving towards the downside. Remember, this 15-minute was not there before. Created a new 15-minute resistance. That 15-minute resistance ended up having a candle close above it eventually after nice structure, so even makes it look better. And when did the candle close above? I think the next one closed above. There you go. Candle closed above the 50-minute resistance. This looks like a perfect trade. Next candle broke the high and failed again before creating support and continuing up. So for me, do I trust this? Not really. We have been faking out. This is a method that I've been seeing happen a lot. So what would I like to see? Like to see this candle close up here, fake out, pull back, create support, and I take buys on pullbacks. I want to buy on pullback. I probably want to buy from somewhere in this zone here. If I can see a reaction from this zone here, I'll be looking to take a buy. Any type of reaction, 5-minute rejection wick, 5-minute bullish candle, 5-minute something like that from this zone down here, I'll be looking for buys from there to go test towards the upside and avoid a potential fake out or getting stop loss hit. Now, if we're measuring range at the moment, you're looking at a 50 pip stop loss here for a 20 pip target. So even considering range, it doesn't make sense at all, okay? Especially now we're going to be tapping key level pretty soon. I want to bring in key level here. Let's put that there, 300. And we put this as KL for key level. So since we're tapping key level, could be interesting to see what happens there, but that's going to be my plan for gold here. Mixed session bias, sell is going to be tough. Don't really like selling in this range. A lot of supports here. We kind of want a full breakdown before looking for sells, more information. And this is where I'll be looking for sells before. I see a lot of you in chat telling me just to take longs. Gold is going to pump, just take longs. Yes, you can do that. You're able to make your own decisions. I'm just going to trade on what I've seen. Every single trade has been a fake out, and even pre-session all faking out. So to say that this is the candle that's going to go until proven otherwise, if we can see continuation, I can take longs above here. It is later, but I get the confirmation I won't be faked out, which has been happening all week and all morning. So if I can get a buy from here, first of all, would be amazing risk to reward. We'd be looking at like 20 pips for 50 pips, plus it would avoid a potential fake out. So gonna see how that ends up forming and then take it from there. Looking at DAX here on the other hand, DAX as well had that dump down with the news and then recovered. Now DAX fundamentally does not have many catalysts as to it to have a certain direction. It is bearish and bullish. Reason being is the tariffs are putting a lot of pressure on Germany, coming out of a energy crisis, and now a lot of pressure with the tariffs. So we are normally going to be higher time frame range bound here. Daily time frame still closing at daily resistance, continuing to stay within this range. 4-hour time frame also closing bullish here, so we are bullish by a session. We could see some upside if price really does want to get going towards the upside. Could be pretty beautiful here because we have nice ranges. So goal of today is to get out the range. We might want to see a retracement a little bit lower past this previous 4-hour. I think once we get below this previous 4-hour would be good. If not, that would be used as a retest zone, and we could essentially retest down into here and then take buys back up. So I'll be looking for potential buys. If we can create some sort of structures, change of structure, I could buy back up towards the highs. If not, I'll be looking for probably back outside the range or seeing if we can pull back to trade within the range. I will sell below the previous 4-hour as a counter bias trade just because of daily resistance closing at. We have had a London trade that has copied itself. Every time we've closed at a resistance, London has managed to push down. 4-hour is a different story, but I would be happy to take a retest trade of the 4-hour if we can get down there. Right now we're bouncing off nothing, so it's a little bit scary to be bouncing right there. This 1-hour is still relevant. No, that's from yesterday. This actually gets moved a little bit higher. And then we can start to look at potential buys if we can change structure from here, especially if we can get back above this little 5-minute here with a change of structure. We have a nice range above here for potential buys, about a 21 pip range, and that is what I would look for. So I do need this to try come down, show me that it fails, to prove to me that it wants to go up, so we don't get something where we're just going to create a resistance now and continue down. We could create a resistance here, here, and just continue down and then retest the previous 4-hour and end up continuing the bounce from there. So we need to be careful that that doesn't happen. Change of structure would prove that to us. Now the yen had a bit of movement, nothing much. That was all that the yen news was able to do. We are just now hovering around these ranges here. Daily time frame still closing bearish at daily support. 4-hour time frame closing bearish at 4-hour support. We basically tested this one right here. This box can go, and this can be cloned as well. and brought down to the 4-hour support that we tested. So at the moment here, 1-hour support is going to be same as the daily support. We can move it to match the 1-hour support. Can go. We are trying to continue these sells. There was an early sell option here, that this one that closed below, that seems to be playing out. See what type of risk to reward. 21 pips for 16. It's just rubbish ranges, man. Rubbish ranges on GJ. But let's see what UJ is saying here, because UJ could have better ranges. We do see some nice ranges below here. Daily time frame with some dollar strength, right? We could see some dollar strength continue, and maybe this wants to bounce from here as well with the daily candle, no top wick. Want to see it flip potentially. This is previous daily resistance. So previous daily resistance there. 4-hour time frame closing bearish, back in the range as well. But respecting this range. So maybe we want to retrace first before trying some upside. Let's see what's going on 15. Buys above the previous 4-hour resistance look very clean. Now technically we could sell below here, but see, these rejection wicks are nasty, huh? So I want to see structure below here for sells. There's a lot of room below here, but I want to see gap below, thunderstorm, then sell it. Otherwise it's going to be a fake out zone. And then the buys are pretty simple above there is where I'd look for buys. 16 pips away. Yeah, that's it. Pretty simple plan for UJ. Buys above this. Watch key level 149. Hopefully we'd be able to push through it. Buying before it is a little bit tough. We could base trades on 30 minutes and 1 hour is possible, yes. But let's just see how that forms, and then we take it from there. So that's the overall plan. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the plan, enjoyed the analysis. If you did, you know the drill. Leave a like on the stream. We got this close above here, massive close. So it would be nice for this to close bearish, next one close above bullish. That would be an option as well. At least then we would have a pullback before. We'll see if we pull back into here. If we do pull back into here and start to see something leave it, I would be interested in that as well. So that's going to be the plan for today. Hopefully everything is clear, and yeah, let's get the YouTube business done. You know the drill. 200 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. Can leave a like on the stream, and let's get this day started. Is that previous 4-hour resistance crossed 2 times? Reason to add it now? Let's have a look, man. We crossed through it. Yes, it is crossed through 2 times, but I'm looking at it as a range here. That's why I left it on. So what I mean by a range is that I'm not concerned about it, meaning that we can easily push through it. But if we are in a range and this candle left the range, now this next candle came back inside of the range, would be equivalent of closing back inside here. So I want to know where the top of the range is, because if we're going to be stuck today and not get out of the range, what's going to happen is we're just going to respect this line, because we're not going to be able to get out the range. We will just stay in yesterday's range. Is gold setup 6 in that zone? Yeah, it's a form of setup 6, but just a little bit confirmation. More confirmation I would want, because we're mixed. But you're right, as a resistance, it's crossed through twice, don't need to worry, but I want to know market position wise. That's why I'm putting it there, to know where we are in terms of the range. I paid to get in your group but cannot get in. I get no email with URL Discord. Yeah, it's very easy, man. Just log into something called WAP and you'll have everything there. It's called WAP. Since you paid, if you're not accepted yet, you have to wait till you get accepted. You will not be charged, but log into wap.com. Once you log into that website, you will log in with the email you used to sign up. Once you log in, you'll have the group link. You'll have access to the exclusive content. You'll have access to the webinars. Everything is there. Welcome video once you join the group is there as well. So yeah, that's how you do it, man. And if you still don't have you know, if you don't have access, then DM me. But that 100% should work. DAX flew. Yep, it flew here on the open. Big candle. Nothing much you can do about that. Took our range fully. So that's it for DAX. Only options now are breakouts. Not looking to trade in the range anymore. So we need some structure and then to get above. Maybe we have issues here, we don't know. So let's just leave it on in case we've had a lot of issues in the past here. Huh? Issues. So maybe we have issues here, so we'll leave it there. The URL to get into the Discord, brother, is on your WAP. I'll repeat again, it is on your WAP. That's where you purchased. That's immediately after your purchase. That is where you're redirected to. Gold looking really promising for a buy. Let's see how it forms. We are just pushing through at the moment here. Interesting, we closed below key level. This could all fake out now. You looking good for buys as well? Yeah, you has a nice range, huh? What the daily closes? Daily still bearish, heavy bearish. 4 hour trying to bounce. Yeah, again, watch this previous range, right? Even though cross through twice, that's that same idea. We're closing back inside of a range. And then obviously this one is more important, but you could watch this just to understand. But you don't need to like worry about it too much. It's just more to have, it's more a visual thing I use it for. But be careful, a lot of fake outs been happening at the highs. We need the extra supports. What's your reason to remove the box on the GJ 4 hour? Just to keep my charts cleaner. I don't really care about to keep this here. I'm not even considering trading in this zone, so just to clean. If I'm not trading in here, I don't touch it, you know. There's no trade I can take right here. It's already pushing. I did not get accepted yet, so if you're not accepted, you have to wait till you get accepted. So I'm accepting 1 to 2 people a week, and that's how it works. So then you weren't charged. They would have just checked your card. That's what WAP normally does. They charge like $1 just to check if your card works or not. And then you sit on wait list. And then you only get charged once you get accepted, and then you'll get an email and everything. I filled website form and sent you message over there. Which website form, man? If we're talking about the exclusive group, it's very easy to enter, man. And website is muted because you just need to press the unmute button here. You can see it very easy. You can unmute this, and to enter the group, man, is very straightforward. You can press join now. There will be a question box asking you why you want to join. Once you press that, you're done. You'll be on the wait list, and just relax. and wait to be accepted. You think it's valid trading London session? Think it's good move to go half risk? No, because then if you win a trade, it's not going to make back anything. So what? If you go half risk in London and then you go full risk in NY, then you lose in NY, your day is gonna end unprofitable where it could have ended profitable or break even. Just ruin probabilities. I'm in the WAP. I see no access. I can send you a screenshot. You can see. Brother, this is a lot of spamming. I think you should just DM the support or something like that, because 1 minute you told me you're not accepted. Of course, you will have not access if you're not accepted. Like, I really don't know what's going on with you. It's not clear. Either you're trolling. It seems like you're a bit trolling here. Or you just need to contact, because you said you're not accepted. You will obviously not have access if you're not accepted yet. You just have to wait patiently, man. Just send me your email. In DM, not live. Or contact the support. Let me log into the support and see if you did it. 1 sec. Yeah, I can see here, man. You joined the wait list and it charged you $1 to check if your card works. Obviously, $1 is not the price of the group. If you check the price of the group, brother, is $55 per month. So that $1 is a temporary charge. Go check your bank account statement. It would have been refunded to you. So you will not get access for $1. So you have to wait to be accepted. If you are accepted, you will be notified. That $1 is already returned to you. It is a test transaction to make sure people are not trying to scam the cards. If you get denied from the group, you will be notified. Let's see what DAX is doing. Good structure forming on 5. If it wants to break out now, we have the 5-minute structure. Selling gold today? No, I don't want to sell gold today. You know, it might sell off later, yes, but where we are right now doesn't make any sense for me to sell. If anything, I'm looking for buys. Maybe on a 30 close above is my next plan. We didn't get the retest here. We closed below key level. Dicey trade this. If you were to buy straight into key level. Stop loss 50 pips. Target push 20. You got 40, 38, 39, 40. Not bad. I wonder if 15 will close above or below. Let's see. Ooh, that's technically above. But this entry here is rough. Again, 45 pips, 20 pips. We'll see the 30-minute close. Setup 3 would be lovely. Could be valid as a S2 fake out. No, because we didn't get out of the range, so it's not a fake out yet. It could just stay in this range for the whole session and make a decision. Right now, it's 50-50. With more bullish bias, obviously probabilities are slightly higher for it to go up. You know? So if we did pop out of the range, then come back in, that helps a lot. That's kind of what it did yesterday. If you look as well yesterday, we kind of pop out of the range first, then get back in. Where's yesterday? Wednesday. This type of stuff. You see this candle here pop out of the range before and then come back in. In London session, we didn't. Again here, this candle here went up first, 10 a.m., then came back in. I'm keeping this previous daily resistance. Watch zone still can be reacted. This you can worry about a little bit less. But you can just keep it in if it keeps you comfortable. But just don't let it like fully put you off, you know? That's what watch zones are there for, right? How to overcome greed when trading? If you don't have the balls to be a man and actually close your trades where you said you're gonna close your trades, set a manual TP and don't move it. There you'll overcome greed. Now, if you're greedy to take more and more positions, you need to be able to close the chart. Some brokers have a lockout feature where once you take in one trade, you can lock yourself out till the next day. Of course, if you're that desperate, you can go and deactivate that, but you know, come on. If you're really like that, then you have a future long-term problem, you know? Harry, as Nasdaq, S&P are at all-time highs, does that affect DAX as well to pump towards the upside? Not exactly, because one is, see, US markets are benefiting because tariffs somewhat benefit the US because of obviously more production happening in the country and they do not tax themselves. But German 40 operates a lot internationally, so it does affect them as well in a negative way because obviously they have to pay tariffs. So it's a different market. Man, this guy is always calling, man. Jesus Christ. Market's calling? No. So we have support created on 5 now. So we'll see if we want to get out the range. How to stop revenge trading? Revenge trading is a result of being too emotional in the market. It's natural to experience it, and it's good you go through it. You realize that revenge trading always ends up with you resulting in a worse situation than you were. At some point, you're going to get fed up from that. And the way to tackle that is by building discipline in your life to be able to fight against that. If you simply just keep revenge trading and you can't stop yourself from doing it, it's a constant battle. It might take others longer, but if you just can't stop yourself doing it, it's because you don't have any other discipline that required you to do the same action. What's the best prop firm in my opinion? I think the best prop firm in Forex is probably FTMO. They're the longest lasting. I don't see any problems they've had with payouts. When will the exclusive group open for direct entry? Beginning of the month for only like 4 spots. That's all I'll do this month. Then I'll go back. So Monday it will open. Direct entry because people like to have their renewals beginning of the month. And that's it. Because I don't want random people. I quite like the application process. It filters out a lot. So far I've rejected 6 people from the application process. But I send them a reason why, and I give them a chance, because some people just get confused. You know, you need to always understand, give people a chance. So I message them and I tell them, you know. Why are you not using funded account? I prefer trading personal account to be paid directly, but I am looking into funded accounts just to have something else. But I'm focusing on trading actually a bigger fund, not a funded account, but a private fund. And I'm required to, you know, process a couple of data and some sort of track record in a certain format. And I've been concentrating on that. It's very hard to manage all of those things at once. You either have personal and funded together, but to have 3 things going on is hard. My sarcasm doesn't fit the group. I'm pretty sarcastic. How to pass the application process? It literally says it there. Write a short sentence of why you want to join the group. So if you say some BS, then you're not going to be accepted. Like literally, I've had someone who wrote, "Let me in." Like I ask him, what do you mean, let me in? That's the reason, you know, so it's just simple, man. If you write like, I've been struggling with XYZ, hoping to learn that there. If someone goes and says, I've been struggling with smart money concepts, I'm looking to switch to price action, fair. If someone says, I'm looking to learn about liquidity sweeps and fair value gaps, I'm going to be like, this is not the place for you, right? Just hit break-even, rules on EU was floating 1 hour. Why not secure something at 1 hour? Not bad. How you hit break-even, man, here? Oh, you mean you moved break-even. Okay, hit break-even means it tapped your break-even. Doesn't mean that you hit break-even. Make sure you understand that. Otherwise, I'm gonna get confused. What gold is doing there. Was there closure above to take entry? Probably took it based on this 1 hour close and just found a way in 30-minute as well. Close above. There is a few ways here. This 30-minute, you rely on that, then you get in based on just breaking the highs. Early entry. Setup 3 and 30 is also an option there. If you had a wick here, I'd prefer. But I would go at break of this high in that case. Would you still go long on gold? Yeah, we're still stuck at this 15 resistance. So if it can, you know, maybe close bearish here, next one, get above, it still makes sense. Stuff like that. DAX is still trying as well here. This is what I mean, like DAX is now just in the range. So we will know it will either want to leave the range, because this could be the liquidity to give us more upside. It could also be the start of us just staying in here. So we'll find out. Today we have preliminary CPI for Germany. It is clear what time it comes out. They actually published that. They published that. So it's coming out at New York Open. That's what time that data comes out as. New York Open. Right at New York Open. Could you check session plan and give feedback once you're free? Yes, but I want you to tell me what specifically you want feedback on, because if it matches mine, then you don't need feedback on that. I need that extra step. Once you start doing that extra step, you're gonna see a big improvement, because not only does it require you to make the session plan, it requires you to say, okay, I have this different from Harry. Let me have a look, you know? Yeah, at the time that was good, but you know, this was a bit early the time you wrote the plan, but it was correct. This one I agree with. This is nice, same plan, but check the 4 hour. That's something we discussed, right? The sells, since we've had many rejections wick here, I want to see structure below, which we discussed as well. Your buys above the range, yes. A lot of resistance till we get to that point, yeah, but then plan how we can trade inside of the range as well, right? Just to be more advanced. You want to plan that as well. Otherwise, not bad. Look for sells back down. Yeah, that's also an option, right? You could trade back up as well, right? That's one thing, but the sells back down are also fine. But you'll need a change of structure from here, right? Same plan you have for GBP USD. Gold, you want to sell below there, and you don't have buy plan. I would add some buy plans. So it's good, but you're just missing a bit of plans here. Like this is a nicer plan you have on UJ. You know? See, with the 5 structure. This is nice. Your UJ plan is great, but I'll just make this a little bit higher. I have a trade in backtesting feedback. Let's have a look. Close below the 1 hour. Clean. Yeah, looks perfect, man. Just you missed the previous daily. I have to check here if this previous daily, because we wick through it. Still a shot, but see, we tapped it and then rejected. So if you saw to be more advanced, you could be a little bit ahead of the curve and be like, we're still respecting it. If I see us get back above, I'm gonna get out. That's just how you could be a little bit more advanced, but it's not the biggest deal. Sometimes you don't even get a chance to get out like that, you know. Which country were you born in? I was born in Dubai and I lived in Dubai. Actually, this previous 15-minute resistance I don't have on broker. So this is not actually there on broker. Because of those gaps. So broker looks cleaner actually. See the 5. There is a small 5-minute though. So we can leave that on. And I think we have the small 5-minute there as well. Yeah, this one here. So we could use this as a watch if we were to get up. See what gold is doing? Gold created a resistance, so a close above here, something looking like this would be my buy plan for those who are just joining up now. That kind of how my buys would look, something like that. Look for this candle to test here. If it rejects, I'm out break even. If we can get through, then I'll target the next resistance. We're actually clean on all time frames above here. So we're clean on 30 minutes above there to the moon. We're clean on 1 hour to the moon. So it's just the 15 that has a bit of trouble, but you know, especially if we're getting 30-minute closes above, eventually the 1 hour should close above in 30 minutes as well. It should be good. If not, we can look for this retest and then look for support to be formed and then take the buys back up with support. Bro, can you tell if you look for any confirmations for breakout other than closure above and high break? Of course, there's a lot more confirmations than that. Bias, structure, clean candles, where we are market positioning, all of those steps need to be considered, right? What time it is a big factor. How much we've pushed, ASP, all of these factors go into getting a breakout that has a low chance to be a fake out, right? That's why many people fail with breakouts, is because they don't understand. But luckily on my YouTube channel, I have plenty of videos about my breakouts. This video about breakout NYSE. Oh, by the way, guys. By the way, we have reached 1,000 uploads. That is probably a bigger achievement than 100K subs, because that is actually my work. So that's a lot of uploads, man. So I've uploaded 1,000 pieces of content. So that's 3 years of uploading every single day, basically. So yeah, that's pretty cool to have 1,000 uploads. It's a lot of videos, man. People talk about effort, you know. I can see a lot of people become complacent. You guys need to be making your own plans, making your own things. Make sure you do that on a daily basis. I've been doing that for, look how many... For over 1,000 videos, I have been making daily plans every single day. So to think you're going to become successful without making plans of your own is crazy. It's crazy. It's complacency. So make sure you are making plans. This is very important. I've been analyzing 1,000 times, and then people ask me, how are you good at analyzing? If I was not streaming daily, you guys would be forced to do your own analysis. So that doesn't make a difference. You guys need to do your own analysis. That's how you're going to get better. Another plan we can do is just buy above this resistance here, which is the next 15. Watch 305 key level. If it can chill for 10 minutes. So what we'd want to see is a 5-minute structure form, and then the next one close above. That's how it would form. How do I support the channel? Leaving a like and subscribe. That's it, man. Really, it's that simple to support the channel. Do you feel pressure at times when you're trading in front of people out there? How do you battle hard times during streams? Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I go home knowing that I have shown my best and tried my best, And unfortunately, this is a very fickle industry. Everyone cares about themselves and doesn't realize that they need to take some accountability to really achieve results. And they kind of, everything is on your shoulders. You do bad, they're going to blame you because you're there every day. You do good, they're going to win with you because you're there every day. Whereas if you remove yourself from the equation, people would have a lot more room to kind of experiment and develop their own personalities, and they will actually be able. So it's a blessing and a curse, but the way that you tackle it is to understand that this is the real information. So although it's not the hype information, I will lose people who are looking for that quick signals and that stuff like that. But long term, you build actually people, you really show people the real side of trading, right? Which is very hard to show online. Yes, it's not popular. It sucks because I have to do everything the hard way, right? If I want to grow my channel, I grow it the hard way. There's a reason I have 100k subs, but my videos, you know, average lower views, 23k, 6k, 3k, 1.9k, you know, you see, it's because I'm showing the real content, you know, and people just don't believe that that's the real content. So yeah, of course it's a pressure, you get used to it. It sucks as well. It's depressing to work so hard and to give everything your best, and then those same people just go and hate on you. But that's the game I play. That's what I signed up to. At the end of the day, I could, with one decision, I could not show up tomorrow and not need to do any of this. It's all a choice. I have the choice. I don't need this. It's a luxury to do this, and it just creates other opportunities for me that I can benefit of. Bro, you mean boring content? Here we go. That's big man thing from the Lobster King. I've come from becoming profitable from just your YouTube content and other streamer I won't name, but yours got me the most of the analysis. Setup 1 and 3. Let's go, bro. Happy to hear that. I did plan to get you a GT3 in the future when I could buy it for you, but you already have one. Now I need to find a new idea. Years of Red Lobster maybe? Nah, man, you just enjoy it, man. You enjoy it. You put in the work as well. That's the difference. I don't need anything for you. You can leave a subscribe on the channel. That would help. You said I have a GT3, but I don't have a GT2 RS. I don't have a GT3 RS, so you can buy either of those, man, if you want. You know, it's totally up to you. That's like a light gesture. Would appreciate that. Yeah, light gesture, bro. The cost of profitability, man. Come on, Dax, wake up. YouTube is definitely not doing you favors. Been subscribed for so long and never seen your videos or lives suggested ever. Yeah, because I need interaction. I don't know why it does that to me. I once got heavily bot attacked when I was starting to get popular to put me down. That was unfortunate. I got the same thing happened to me on Instagram, which has put me down till today. But it's just like people want to put you down, and I know long term it doesn't matter like that, you know, even if I can affect a few people compared to hundreds of thousands of people. But you know, that all comes from you guys supporting the stream, sharing it. Like really, that's what YouTube loves to see. If you guys share it, it will share it as well, but I can't beg for that all the time. It sucks. So it's not in my control, that. Mr. Carson, good to see you, brother. How you been doing? We've been killing New York, man. I've been really US 30 been very juicy recently, man. Been watching that. Nasdaq breaking out as well. I had a sick position on Nasdaq as well from before. It has been crazy. It has, man. It's rallying crazy. Did you take anything yesterday? I left the charts before it got good. There was some beautiful late setups. Gold had a nice sell yesterday below the range. This was a sick sell here. This one here. I mean, if you change your drawings, but this was a nice sell. Then yesterday on US 30 had a very nice setup as well for, check this one. This was a nice buy, set up 5 buys. This one was so juicy. Look at this, man. This one was too good, man. Even closed. Take the second one here. Close back inside the range. That's very juicy. We had 4-hour support. Which 4-hour support, bro? 10 p.m.? Yeah, it's late. Which 4-hour support? $9 p.m. it was for you. The US 30 trade you took, 4-hour support. Yeah, then take it above. Yeah, it was 5:30 for you. Yeah, 5:30. What? 10 p.m., bro? Are you mad? Then take this one, bro. Or take this. This is even safer if you want to go with this one here. 20-point stop. You have a 50-point range. DAX trying to get above. How long till this candle closes? 2 minutes 30 seconds. What type of stop loss are we looking at in this scenario? 32. Yeah, we could have a breakout. 15-minute closes as well at that time, so that would be nice. What's the soundtrack? Awesome melody. It is called 1 Times 1 by Dama Beats. 1 Times 1. Trading stocks, how would you deal with volume times for that? You ever traded stocks with the same methods? Yeah, of course, it all works the same. SL too big? No, it's below the previous 5 candle. What do you mean, man? Come on. Yes, you do trade it. It's the exact same, man. You're trading NYSE, man, after NYSE open. Same way you trade US 30. Options are a little bit different with the gaps and stuff. And obviously risk premium and stuff like that. Man, always impulsive closes we getting, huh? And we didn't get a pullback, a chance to enter on a pullback. How's your progress so far? Need one more trade and should be done with it. Closing below the resistance. 15 also closing below the resistance potentially. But it will close above its own resistance here. So 15 might close above its own resistance. We'll see. Gonna keep my mouse where the 15 resistance is. I know where it is. It's matching with this wick here. So if it closes below that wick, then that means 15 closed below. 5 minute for a wick fill. We did tap the 5 minute resistance. We can base this off a 15. No bottom wick yet. Now we're making a bottom wick. We tapped this. Look at this. We tapped this previous 15. So that's concerning. So we have tapped something. Actually, no, we just missed it. Ooh. Breaking this high, stops back in the range would be how big? 32? Let's just see how this forms. Maybe I go break of highs, stops back in range, something like that. I just want to see how it forms. If we could find a better way in, would be better. Like this close bearish, next one close above. Oh, it's not 5 minutes to London Open, bro. Are you mad? Not now. Oh, you mean if it forms like that with that? Yeah, then you're correct. If the one I said it formed, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking even this next 5 just closing above straight with this 1 minute structure. And then I put stop loss not below the 5. I don't think that's safe, but something like that, like 28 points or something. Like on my broker, it's at a 5 minute resistance. So maybe even a 1 minute close above that 5 minute resistance could do it for me as well. Where do you get vacation? Went to Italy, bro. Amalfi Coast. So Tony. So Antonio. So this resistance on my broker is a 5 minute resistance. It's a little bit higher. I'm considering a 1 minute close above that 5 minute resistance as well for continuation. If not, a 5 minute close above that as well. But it's still far from it. Here it's close to tapping it. On my broker we're still far. So I'm just going to watch my broker till we close above. Or wait for the 5 to close above it. If this 5 close bearish and the next one close above, I might have to take the risk 5 minutes before they open. Just take that risk. Because this is exactly what I want to see. Stops near 23.88. I mean, if the next 5 close above, then we'll have 5 minute structure. So I'll just put it below this 5 minute structure here that is formed. But we need this 5 to close bearish for that to happen. If it closes doji, it's just doji. Because if it closes bearish and then the next one closes bullish like this, we would have created a structure here. So I can hover this stop loss. Or wherever this wick is going to be made. When you first getting into trading, did you do any funded or were you blessed with capital to live trade straight away? I was not blessed with capital. I made it in crypto, so I used my crypto capital. Bro, one layer of candles is enough to call it clean range? Yes, it is. One layer is enough. Setup 3 here is valid if it closes bearish, since I'm not sure we close above the 5. No, this would not be a setup 3. And right, why do you think this will not be a setup 3? No one cheat. No one help him. Let him answer it. It's the best way to learn. We didn't close above resistance. Wrong. 15 close above resistance. 5 close above resistance. I recommend you can cheat by going into resources. That would help. That's your cheat code if you need it. Do you think crypto money was a bit of luck? No, because I was trying to get in earlier. I just didn't have money to get in and my parents wouldn't give me money. They wouldn't give me money to get into that. So it was not luck, because I really wanted and trusted the asset and saw potential in it. And that potential was actually correct. My timing was great timing. So that's lucky that I got in when I did. But all I did was buy when there was a pullback. So do you call that timing lucky? I don't know if that's lucky or is that good timing. Close trade EU, also midnight here, so I'll see you all for NY. Cheers, man. Take care. Enjoy your evening. What's your take on gold? I think gold now is creating some structural points. We can either trade back towards these highs or above these highs. Those are your next options. I'm still looking for that deeper retest. Might not be bad. Get some structure here. 5-minute close inside the range. That is a factor, but it's not the main factor I'm looking for. It's a very simple reason. So I recommend your homework for today is to go watch setup 3 video, right? That's going to be important. Passed your evaluation. You are on NQ. Amazing, man. So that's your homework. Watch setup 3. Have you watched it? I did. Okay, so we need to take notes of that, huh? It's a very stupid reason. And did you check the image of setup 3 in the resources? So if you compare those images, what is the problem with this candle here for setup 3? There we go. Now you got it, right? Long wick. See, you knew it. You knew it all along. You just needed to think a little bit. There you go. Has a long wick. It's not a valid setup 3 when the rejection is coming from the upside, right? All right, so 5-minute looks like it will close bullish, but not above the resistance. So it's not really a trade for me. I could try to fill this wick here, getting close to London Open like this. I hope it closes below. It makes my decision way easier. Then we need to deal like it's setup 1. Yes. So I hope it closes below like this, so I can make my decision easier. Would be lovely. I mean, it's a lot to ask, but the charts owe us, to be honest. If we could get a close above here for London Open, next candle make a bottom wick, grab liquidity, and then we take it on the flip. It's also last day of month, so do we, and tomorrow is NFP day and all of that, so we don't have to be too gun-ho. Setup 2 I wouldn't mind as well, huh? Setup 2 has been working very well on gold. Every time it's formed support and you press buy, it works out. Especially if we form it from somewhere here. I'd be very interested. Is it German 40? Yes, this is what I'm looking at now. It's being called DAX and stuff like this. Been tracking data on S2, got 80% across 25 trades. Nice. These days, unless we're trading, trending, it's not the best. Setup 5, check setup 5, man, Nick. You see, you'll have a lot of fun with setup 5. John is saying, I need gold to break prior 30-minute resistance closed below so far. Yeah, you're talking about this one here. Yeah, that is obviously a slight issue there. But if we look at the 1 hour, it will also be the same thing we have there. So yeah, it would be nicer. But with the way gold has been trending, we could potentially see the setup 2 work. Even if it ends up failing, it would be enough to get into a profitable position. If we see it pop down here, take buys here, even if it fails here and comes back down, be enough to give it a shot. Because by the time it gets out there, what we've been seeing is every time gold makes a new high, it retraces. New high, retrace, new high, retrace, new high, retrace, new high, retrace. It's not continuing. We're not just seeing nice continuous pushes. You took gold sales yesterday? No, I left the charts by then, unfortunately. I honestly thought that price was just going to chill before FOMC, you know? I was like, okay, FOMC is coming, price is going to chill. Guess what happened? Started moving mad. Yeah, then you would watch the previous range. If it reacts off the top of the previous range, you could manage. We have the open here in 1 minute. What do you guys think? Write in chat. Do you think London Open on DAX is going to open up or open down? What do you guys think? Let's see in chat. I'm interested to see what chat is saying. London Open DAX, up or down? Most of YouTube are saying up. Not YouTube, sorry. The guys in... seeing down now, some down. What does YouTube? YouTube is saying down. Down, down, up, up. Mostly down. Damn, now we're seeing mostly people saying down. Let's see if you're correct. 50 seconds. Down is winning easily by now. I can see down is winning. What if we go against the public and we take a long because they're saying down? I wouldn't do that. So let's see if you're right in 20 seconds here. Up. So everyone who said down, I should have gone against you, man. That was an easy gamble there. That was the easiest gamble ever. Should have just pressed long. Right? Could have bought a Lambo with that, guys. If I just bet the car on this, take a big gamble, be done for the month. Anyways, we've opened here, no bottom wick, so I would like to see it make a bottom wick and then close above, and I'll take buys to fill this wick. So this would be just go casino. No, it's more fun to do it like this, man. Come on, casino is boring. Here's our wick forming. So now if we can close above here, I can get a potential wick fill and continuation. 1 hour closed above, which is good. 1 hour looks valid. 1 hour is actually in an active setup. 30-minute is also in an active setup one. Actually, wait, let's double check. No, it's not. It failed to close above the 30, so we would need a 5-minute close. Otherwise, I was going to say we can go impulsively break off this high again. But we will need the 5-minute close here. What's the pair? This is called German 40 or DAX or DE30, DE40. Has multiple names on different brokers. You should put a poll up. I don't think we had enough time for a poll. But yeah, next time if I can do it earlier, then yeah. So gold closed respecting the previous range so far. 1 hour closed bearish, 30-minute closed bearish. But every time we've had a 30 bearish close, it respected the previous candle, which is this candle here, and managed to continue up, So it's still not out of the question. It could be a potential. DAX may have been a fake out. It can end up forming a fake out, and then we have to look, okay, how can we execute sells counter bias as well, right? We don't know yet, because it would be counter bias. Because what would happen is you get too focused on this internal range, and all DAX does last day of the month is just end up ranging, and you get absolutely chopped up trying to trade in this range. You can imagine the amount of people taking buys here, the people who took sells here, people who took sells here, now people who are taking sells here and getting stuck in drawdown, and you just get chopped up in this range. Because once you do some measuring, you realize, let's say we get below this support, your range here is only like 20, 23, but your stop losses are 30, 60, 37. A 23 stop losses is pretty small compared to the range we formed. I'm not trading today because I broke one of my rules yesterday. Any comment? I mean, as long as you identified that and now you're trying to fix it. If a punishment method for yourself is to, if you break a rule, force yourself not to trade for a day, it's not bad. I mean, it kind of teaches you discipline that. But if you're just doing it because you're sulking or feeling sad, then it's not a good idea. Some structure and close below previous 30 for sells on gold. No, I don't like that because it's too much support here, man. You need to get down below 92s before we open some clean range. Otherwise, we just have too many stack supports here. Could reject off any of them. That's the problem. Why didn't you take a buy at bearish 15 buys? Which bearish 15 buys, man? What happens in NY session? You live on Wednesdays, but if someone joins with only basic knowledge, they will know, but you have all the researchers to learn the advanced knowledge. So you will learn there, plus you get feedback from me every single day, and I'm sharing my plans. So you're not going to be lost like that. The same way you get guided in London, you get guided in NY. If you want, you can scroll through the chat. You can see the type of conversations we have. So for example, Simon sent the example of a trade. I was explaining to him, this taps straight into the 5-minute resistance. You have to mark it, blah, blah, blah. It's the same guide you're getting. These are the questions that are asked. Stuff like this. US 30 buys, stuff like that. How are you doing today? Yesterday, size 6. Same, man. Same, man. Don't feel the best, but luckily it's not got worse. London being London. Last day of the month. You can't really complain. Last day of the month on any time is sometimes slow. Yeah, potential buys on UJ if we can close above here in 8 minutes. I'm German, I can always complain. Yeah, but this I agree complaining about. I would also complain. You don't trade NASDAQ? Not for any particular reason. I just like US 30 better. I wonder if we can buy back up from bottom of range. The card respect that previous DR. Boop. You see what I mean? People are going to get chopped up in the range. You see this choppiness inside the range, guys? Very important to notice. I could notice that before it was happening. Look at this choppiness. Fake out upside. Looks like it's going to start dumping heavy. Now it's back to where it started. Now everyone's going to try jump in buys. We'll see if they get away with it, you know? Harry, I've been to many streams and you're the only one not talking badly about women. Your mom raised you well, I must say. Yeah, apart from GJ being an absolute slut of a woman, everything else is perfect and I have respect, you know. You know, everything else have respect, but you know, otherwise, you know, that's where the that's where the line is drawn. I mean, it's respect, man. It's general respect, right? You just need to have general respect. Gold set up 2 buys? Man, you typed it. Look where it is, man. You don't type and oh, look at the typing power, man. Look at the typing power. Absolutely legendary typing. Filling the range. Look how small this closes, how small this closes. But this is what we get. Where can you find quality women in Dubai? You find them outside Dubai and you come back. That is the goal. Most quality women you can't find because they're just in an office trying to make a living for themselves. Very rare to find. You need to be introduced or you meet them doing your daily activities. Problem is, if she's good looking, she'll have a lot of guys hitting on her in daily activities. So it's very hard for you to break the ice because you just seem like another guy just trying to hit. So it's not a very ideal scenario. But if you are introduced or you meet in somewhere where it's an activity. I mean, I saw it in the gym yesterday. Worst cold approach I've seen. Blonde woman in the gym. I mean, this was disaster. Check this guy's technique. Disaster. Blonde woman in the gym sitting doing back. Has headphones in. No point if a woman has headphones in. It's very tough. Already she's telling you like, I'm not interested. Okay. If a woman is interested, she'll give signs. At least look, smile, say hi, right? What did he do? This guy, he has like, you know, the guys who have the head, who's bald in the middle and with some hair on the side. Full ego, this guy. Dropping weights in the gym. I don't know. He comes over to her. I'm like, here we go. Let's see what he says. And he asks how to do something on his phone. That's his breaking the ice method. He's like, excuse me, do you know how to adjust something like this? And then she showed him. And he's, thank you. And then he started trying to converse. And her face was just super neutral. And he was smiling. It was the most cringe I've ever seen, man. I was literally staring at him directly. Because I know he can see me staring at him and I was smiling just to make him more uncomfortable. It was absolute cinema, man. Absolute cinema. What type of technique? Obviously it didn't work. Obviously they're never going to speak again. And obviously he went after the best is he went to a corner afterwards and he just sat in the corner for like 10 minutes contemplating what decisions he's made in his life about such poor techniques. Absolute waste, man. Cheers to that. I think the gym's absolute wrong place to pick someone up. Women know their bodies are already on display, so they're defensive to start. Yes, true. Best way to, if you want to speak to someone in a gym, is if you see them consistently come. If you see them consistently coming to the gym, they'll see you there. And if they look at you, means that, you know, okay, you can say hi and just act as, like, you don't have to hit on a girl every time, man. You know, she might look pretty, but the minute you meet her, the opposite of what you thought. But we'll see if this woman is going to be nice today, because I'm trying to hit on DAX today. So let's see if DAX can close above this resistance for me with a 33-point stop. Or what will I be gifted today? Will also be fifth, man. Look at this 15 candle, huh? Also, best time to speak to a girl in the gym is not during the middle of her workout. Big mistake. I see it. It's super cringe. Also, there's a problem in Dubai. Like, since, you know, a lot of these guys kind of hit on women, they feel like, okay, they have options, but they actually don't. Some girls beyond that timing here in the US, yeah, I'm speaking to Dubai. It's nice. I mean, that's great, but in Dubai, you should see, man. I literally go up to a woman who I don't give a fuck about, who doesn't know who I am, and she's like in her 30s anyways, full of plastic, inflated lips, you name it. And I go to ask her to use the fucking machine because she's using the machine too long, and she thinks I'm hitting on her. I come and she looks me up and down. I say, excuse you? So literally, I go back and I be rude to them. They're not used to that. They're used to guys being nice. So if she looks me up and down like that, I say nicely, excuse me, how many sets do you have? Maybe a couple or more. I said, how long is a couple or more? I've been waiting for 15 minutes. You know, maybe 5 minutes. There's other machines. I said, I want this machine. I said, if you're going to take any longer, we will share. Full. I'm nice, I approach nicely, but if she's gonna look me up and down like this, I'm gonna give you some back, you know? I'm not lying, I promise. I promise. I go up and I tell them, like, just being serious, like, I'm not there, I'm not even attracted to them, but they come thinking I'm hitting on them. And I literally ask, how many sets do you have? If they don't give me an answer and tell me 1 or 2, then if they tell me 1 or 2, I say, okay, fine, thank you. But if they give me some excuse, I just started. I said, no problem. How long do you have? I don't know. If you're giving me all of this drama, really. Harry, in your gym, does everyone know you're a famous trader, or are you being a secret superstar? No one knows what I do in my gym. Only a few people. They find out and they come say, oh, I've seen you online. This is you, right? I said, yeah, that's me. Man, come on, Dax, bro. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Are you serious you're gonna do it like this? That's absolute. If it does it like this, that's nuts, man. UJ15 actually ended up closing above? Let's have a look, UJ. Oh, it did. It did end up closing above. No bottom wick. Man, if we can get a bottom wick on UJ, let's have a look on broker. Might have a little sneaky bottom wick there. Everything open, no bottom wick. No, broker doesn't have a bottom wick as well. What type of range are we working with on UJ? 16 pips for 17 pips, not that bad. Yeah, we need a bottom wick on UJ. I saw you pick in Italy, you're shredded, no wonder she looked you up and down. No, but you know that sassy look, man. You know, you can see it. These girls, you can see it, you know. Pisses me off, actually. Would it be a flex to, hey, Google Tradesharpe, see what happens? Nah, man. You don't really want to flex like that, you know? Because I want to meet people because they want to meet me. I don't want to meet people because maybe I have some sort of status or maybe something going on for myself, you know? That people just obviously try to get something from you. Right, so we made a quick nipple wick here to see what 5 minutes is saying. Man, that was such a quick wick. How can I enter on this with a logical way now? It is a valid trade, but look how quick that wick came, man. I don't know, like it's already still above entry now. Tough decisions, tough decisions. We seem to keep reacting from this previous range here as well, huh? I don't like it for some reason, man. I really don't know why. I don't have confidence in that. It also did close below key level, yes, but we'd be entering above the key level, so I wouldn't be too worried now. If we wanted to reject key level, we would have rejected it with one of these candles in the past. We've pushed through it every single time. Wait for close above wick. This is like a clear head and shoulders, which is a weakness pattern as well. Dollar, like I'm expecting the dollar to get weaker now, but dollar has been pretty strong. It's really such a decision. I guess it's a trade I just had to have taken. Close my eyes and take it, but such difficult with such a small wick and then reflip. I had time though, but just I didn't feel comfortable. I am from initial entry. Yeah, if you're happy to go with that, it's valid. It is a valid trade. It's not a wrong trade. That is for sure. I mean, now you're in an okay position. Stop loss here about 18 pips. If you can get to that previous resistance, should be fine. I guess I'm just not used to trading UJ, so I don't trust it much. Just my problem. Overthink it. End of month, you know, like I don't want to end my month negative or something. Thoughts on gold? Well, we're looking at UJ, we miss gold. Gold, we could have taken the wick fill on the flip. So that was an option for gold here. Wick fill, same like these ones here. Just copy this. Same trade here, same trade here. Yeah, UJ looks nice, man. Definitely looks nice. So congrats if someone took that. It's moving nicely. Target not hit yet, so it'd be valid one with nice bottom wick for added confo. It's done, it's done. If you're not in, you're not in. Because now on something like UJ, you would be, it's tapping that previous 5 minute levels now, so you would be like, if anything comes back, you're done. And this is a smooth trade. Just overthinking from my side. End of month, just didn't want to do anything silly, but that's a valid. I mean, if it made a bigger wick, I would have been super easy. I would have gone in straight on the flip, but that's just overthinking from my side, and sometimes I will do that. Especially when I'm pressured to maintain profits. How's DAX doing? 3 candles closing bullish. This previous daily resistance I wouldn't worry too much about. We just need to find a stop loss. Out on UJ? Yeah. I don't think it hit 1-to-1 yet. But it did hit this previous resistance. Definitely very close to the previous resistance. Depends. If you put stop here, you would have hit it. Did hit? Depends where you put stops. If you put it below the wick, no. If you put it below the body, yes. What's ideal? This scenario doesn't matter too much, to be honest. Because you have so many levels of protection, right? So it doesn't make a difference. To optimize for RR, below here. But congrats who took it. Good to see you guys trading. That's how it should be. I overthought it a bit. Bit of pressure. Keep my profits end of month. And DAX looks like it just wants to continue, but we're just really risky without these pullbacks. I'm maybe considering going half break of high and then enter the half if we get a pullback. You know, I really want to wait 4 minutes for this 15 to close, but if this thing just blasts, it's going to be game over. I have to make this decision now. Don't have time. I really hope this can pull back now and stay down. Then we can have that. I just hit TP on UJ. Congrats. Beautiful. It was valid. I don't know why I haven't taken a UJ trade in God knows how long. Never. I guess I'm a bit afraid to make a mistake with the ramifications afterwards. So overthought it a bit. Wanted a perfect setup. If you hesitated to take this, it's because you're probably just relying on me and comfortable. If I take it, then you take it. So that exposes a personality trait as well. Because if I took it, everyone else would have taken it. And it's not healthy like that always, right? So we have to realize that. Would we have hit TP on gold? Stop loss 23. Oh yeah, that was a nice one. Man, it's not pulling back this, huh? How the fuck to get in this, man? Man, this is a situation where I have to kind of like gamble it, man. You know, it can be two things. It's either gonna die off now. We have a very big range here towards the left. Very clean. Multiple high volume moves through this range here. Multiple times. So you just have to rely that today will be volume. Take a gamble. That volume will come and just buy the highs. Or you sit there and you accept that you can miss the whole move and wait for a pullback. That's the thing. So it's up to me now. I have that power of decision. I can either accept to miss the whole move and waiting for a pullback, or I can go and take a buy at the highs to give myself a shot here to see if we can get continuation. It is my choice at the moment. Looks like there are more moves, but wow, late. Yeah, but check out when DAX pushes, right? Look. You know, look at this zone, man. It's just been absolutely amazing zone. This is not even... Like, we could easily make it up here, no problems. It's like a good 30-minute close as well. Big liquidity grab on this previous 30. I mean, this is a good sign for a pullback to happen, but with volume, it's just going to fill this wick and not give a shit. But this is a good sign. We could see finally create a resistance and close above, and I'm going to be all over this. It will be great. I'll just go toilet in the meantime. Be back. Good, DAX is cooperating. That is very nice. Monaharin, before now I always end month in loss. Learning gradually content is brilliant. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Yeah, end of the month is a dangerous time. I used to always make that same mistake. Mess myself up end of month. All the time. Shit, I didn't know going to the toilet makes viewers drop. Like, what the hell? Look at this. This is because I went to the toilet. Look. How do you lose 380 to 227 for going to the toilet? That makes no sense to me. Hi, what's your favorite color? Damn. I don't really have a favorite color, to be honest. It's based on an equation. So if this can close bearish, next one close above, I'm happy to give it a shot here. Because look, we've not really made a big leg. If you look at breakouts on DAX, look at this, for example. Like, look at the size of these moves here, right? It pulls back eventually, but then we move for like 300 points. Same thing here. All of these breakouts. This one is with news, but this breakout here, we have one pullback. That's what I mean. Sometimes we don't really get the pullbacks. This rarely pulled back, huh? This one you wouldn't have a chance to get in, but we pushed here 200 points. Today, if we measure from absolute lowest point that we have today, which is going to be from range low to here, we've only pushed 100, so it's half. So we could have the second leg. If we measure from the actual breakout, it's only pushed 40 points. So there's room if it wants to keep going. There's room. Is it orange because your chair is orange? It used to be orange, yes. But then, like, I don't apply orange in many daily. I mean, you can see my lines are orange because of that reason. That's why I chose orange for my lines. Why a loss in the month ends is that because you know, end of month people are wrapping up, realizing their P&L, right? They're not looking to make more money end of month. The money has been made. They're looking to realize the gains. So we can notice some inconsistencies and stuff like that. I think USD JPY was the trade today. That's a mistake from my side. Mistake from my side, but I accept that and move on. I can't change anything about it. The main thing is I don't FOMO and try to force anything or do anything like that. But that was just a mistake. That happens, right? The good thing is plan played out, trade played out, everything played out. It gave you the bottom wick. It was just a personal mistake from my side, which I can make. Is it good to make it? No, but that's it. Once it's made, right? I have news. I cannot trade in 10 minutes, so I'll miss this one on DAX. What news do you have? We have this euro, I remember. It's French news, this. 11.55 German unemployment at 11.55. We'll see how we manage between that. 20 minutes for news, yeah. So we need this to set up like in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Man, I hope this doesn't blast, huh? To chill for 2 minutes here. Chill. Don't tell it to chill too much, guys. Relax. Okay, we have 1 minute. Come on, Dax. Get excited. Come on. Start working. Come on, Dax. Don't sleep now. Not the time. No, no. Other way. Up, up, up. Be good, good. Be good, be good. 43 seconds needs to wake up. Ten seconds, can I do it? Ah, man, it's getting close. It's trying. Fighting. Come on, last 5 second blast. No, we have to wait now 5 minutes. What a painful wait. I wish this was Pip Labs and we could skip to this close, man. Then we didn't have to sit here and wait. We can just skip till this candle closes and understand if it closes above or not. Have you considered GJ? I've divorced with GJ. Lol, man, sits to piss. That's the best saying. That's the best saying. Look, we're in the same situation now. 3 minutes again and we're at the highs. Might get a better stop loss. That would be nice. Spaghetti mafia sauce. There Some of that. I need a webinar on how to use Pip Labs to practice. It's just a backtesting software. I think the best way to do is watch one of my backtesting videos. That will show you how to exactly use it and also practice a strategy. So let's go find you a backtesting video while we wait. Here we go, 26 minutes. There's also a lot of them in the WOP content. So check out the WOP content and check all the backtesting videos. But I think I give a small tutorial, but check the WOP content. That is better. You have more in depth there. There's like 4 or 5. All right, 1 minute. Let's see, Dax. Let's see. Wish my life was Pip Labs. Your trading life was Pip Labs. Yeah, it'd be super profitable. It's the power of patience. It's how the market makes you feel by waiting. If you want to have that same feeling, then don't skip candles on Pip Labs, play candles. You'll have that same feeling. Painful, but looks like we will close above here in 19 seconds. The next step we need is a bottom wick. If we get a bottom wick, breaking this high could be the option to fill this wick and potentially continue. So let's see how that goes. That's how it would look. Stops below the 5. Let's see if we can get that bottom wick. Bottom wick is there. I'm going to take an entry breaking the high here. See if we can break this high. There we go. Yeah. It is a bit boring. We're stuck at this 1 minute resistance, but as long as the 1 minute continues higher lows, it's just what we have to wait for. It's a shame we're not getting volume. It's taking its time. See if it can continue here would be nice. We should get the volume now. Prefer to see this 5 close above the wick here. It was looking good, good volume. Then we just died off now again. Oh man, that's rough. That's really rough. That big drop there. That's really rough. For it to do it like that after breaking out first. I just wish it never broke out first. We needed to create support from here. This is our previous retest range. So it needs to create support here and then we can see what to do. It stopped me out here, but I'm not stopped out on broker yet. It stopped me out here, but I'm not stopped out on broker. That's how it looks on broker. So I don't know why this broker is showing differently. Oof, look at the fucking slippage. Fuck me, man. That's a stupid slippage there. What the fuck, man? 6 points there. Anyways, I'm done for today. Appreciate you all for showing up. Have an amazing rest of your day. And hopefully catch you guys soon, all right? Take care all. Much love to you. And yeah, unfortunate event. I don't know what to say really. And yeah, appreciate you all. Take care and catch you guys hopefully soon. Peace.